Excuse me, Rabbit? You wouldn't happen to know if Owl is about, would you? It's only, I have a very important question, and Owl is the kind of animal who always knows things, and you like me to find him for you. Well, it's very smart of you to come to me, Piglet, for I'd be more than happy to... Oh, thank goodness! To add it to the very bottom of my very long list of important things to do today. There's no room at the top, I'm afraid. Oh, dear. Let's send Rabbit to finish his list of things to do. Let's see. Rearrange carrots, check. Polished brass, check. Launder handkerchiefs, well, they're still drying, but check. Splendid! That leaves just one important thing to do. At the very bottom, find wall. Well, I can't say I remember writing that one, but that's easy enough. I have at least 4 walls in my house already. Ah, I do love finishing everything on a list perfectly. Gives one such a feeling of accomplishment. It's a very important question, you see, because Owl can fly very high, so maybe he could see where I lost it. Oh, you poor dear, and that was your favorite scarf too? Are you sure I can't knit you a new one? Oh, thank you for offering, but this scarf belonged to my grandfather, Trespasser's will, so it has sentimental value. Oh, of course it does, dear. Well, I'd be happy to help you look for Owl. Oh, thank you, Kanga, thank you! But I'm afraid it will have to be tomorrow. I have to watch Roo, you see, and Steer isn't available to babysit. Oh, dear! Send Kanga to watch Roo. Today was really fun, Mama, but if you can't look for Owl because you're watching me, couldn't we both look for him? That's a very kind thing to say, Roo, but... And I bet if I climbed all the way up the tallest tree in the forest, I could see him no matter how high he's flying. But as I was going to say, maybe you should wait until you're just a little older, dear. I think you and Tigger have climbed to the top of quite enough tall trees already, don't you? Oh, dear, nobody seems to be able to help me find Owl or my favorite scarf. And I don't like finding things alone very much, especially when they might be in a very scary place. Just ask Bloon, but without Rabbit or Kanga or Roo or, oh goodness, Pooh! I can ask Pooh! Why didn't I think of that before? Oh, that's right, I remember why. Let's send Piglet to help Pooh help Piglet. Oof, thank you, Piglet. I suppose that's what comes of trying to use Rabbit's front door after lunch. Now, since my ears were in there and you were out here, I didn't quite hear what you were asking me before. Oh, yes, I was, wondering if you would... That is, I was hoping you would... Do you know where Owl or my favorite scarf is? Let me see. Ding, ding, ding. Oh yes, I did see Owl not too long ago. He was just returning from visiting his great aunt something or other. I'd be happy to ask him about your honey, Piglet. Oh, thank you, Pooh. But it's my scarf, not honey. Perhaps you could ask for both. Why, hello there, Pooh Bear. Out for a brisk morning perambulation, I see. Oh, I'm not sure about that, Owl, but I am having a nice walk. Though I did have a very important question for you. Yes, quite so, but I'm afraid that will have to wait. I'm dreadfully busy installing my new replacement bell rope. Oh, how nice. Is that it right there? Why yes, you can imagine my surprise finding such a splendidly knit bell rope at the base of a simple acorn tree. I say, Pooh, you're staring at that bell rope with rather uncharacteristic intensity. Just what are you pondering? Let's send Pooh to ponder the bell rope. Owl, I'm starting to think that is it possible your replacement bell rope looks a lot like Piglet's favorite scarf? Why, that is ridiculous. It resembles nothing of the sort, simply because it happens to be woolen and rectangular and... Ah, that is to say, quite right, Pooh. How very astute of you to notice that I was keeping it safe for dear Piglet. Why, thank you, Owl, and thank you for always keeping so very many useful things safe. I'm sure Piglet will be just as happy to have a safe scarf as Eeyore was to have a safe tail. And Owl gave it back to me right away. I'm so glad. I'm sure it's a much better scarf than it was a bell rope. Me too, little pal. Say, how did you lose the thing in the first place? Wrestling a Paxson, mixing it up with a woozle? Oh no, nothing as stickerish as all that. I was startled by these lights in the sky, so I ran away and when you came to, your scarf was stole! Of all the lousy tricks for them lights to pull. Don't you worry, Piglet, you got a ticker on your corner now. I'm gonna find those lights and pounce them into next week. Thank you. Let's send Digger to find the lights. He hasn't come back yet, but I think he's alright. I can still hear him bouncing and shouting at the sky. Oh, well, I shouldn't be too worried. Tigger loves to bounce, and being loud is often his favorite way to show he cares. I suppose. Really though, it's just nice to have my scarf back. Oh, and Owl too. He always knows just how to help. That he does, Piglet, and how to use as many words as he can while doing it. And speaking of Owl, I wonder if he would help a certain two friends share a smackerel of honey. Let's ask him together. Good idea, Pooh. Though I suppose we'll have to knock instead of ring this time.